What's up, everybody? This is Eric the Tech Preacher. So I got the Sony Xperia 2. I've been having this device for a while now. I've been making plenty of videos about it, doing comparison videos between one device to the other. Now, this device is a nice phone. It has a beautiful display. It has a gorgeous body. And now that it has Android 11, it bought some new enhancements. And one of the enhancements and one of the features that caught my antennas was the device having 4K 120 frames per second. Now, let me put this in perspective. My pro cameras that I have that you're looking at, this pro camera, the up camera, the side cameras, and everything in between, does not have 4K 120 frames per second. That's kind of unheard of for a smartphone. The Sony Xperia 2 and Cinema Pro has 4K 120 frames per second. Now let me show you. Now I'm in 4K here, and then we go to FPS. You have an option now that's 120 frames per second. So if you want to get those outstanding slow-mo shots, this device can do it. The Sony Xperia 2 just grabbed my attention. And the reason why is because for content creators out there that do not want to buy a DSLR mirrorless camera and you got a Sony Xperia 2, maybe, just maybe, this might be the content creator's paradise for you. Let me show you a small clip of what I'm talking about. Sit back and relax, get your popcorn ready, and follow me on this journey. Let's go. All right, guys, so the clip you just saw was me out in the park just doing some cinematic footage with the Sony Xperia 2 in Cinema Pro app. This is the Cinema Pro app with 4K 120 frames per second. Now, let me, again, put this in perspective. None of my Galaxy devices can do it. Now, they do have slow-mo and super slow-mo. Sometimes the super slow-mo give you a sharp burst, and the slow-mo give you good slow-mo, but I believe it's at 720p. But none of them, I mean none of them, have 4K at 120 frames per second. So that is very, very good. And the Sony Xperia 2 has blown me away. And hopefully you like the cinematic footage that I did with this device. Look at my background. Now, this is not green screen. Let me go on and connect my Sony Xperia 2, and I'm adjust my settings in Cinema Pro app. And I'm going to connect, wow, yes, I'm going to connect a high-end microphone to my preamp to this device, and let me let y'all guys see the footage right now. So let's go. All right, guys, so here it is, the Sony Xperia 2 in a professional setting. Let me tell you how I got this running right now. I got the Sony Xperia 2 connected to a monitor and connected to a preamp, and the preamp is connected to a professional microphone. Right here is a professional high-end microphone that I use in on my channel. As I'm moving and I'm probably messing up audio, but I want y'all guys to see this, and I'm gonna keep this in frame for this video purposes. Now, the Sony One Mark II, when they got the new update, in Cinema Pro, you got 120 frames per second. Now, I don't have no devices out there that can shoot 120 frames per second, but as you can see, my 90D right here, this is my A cam, believe it or not. So the Canon 90D is my A cam. This device does not shoot 120 frames per second. As you saw the footage that I shot, I mean, the slow-mo shots are smooth. The slow-mo effects was great. And the Cinema Pro app have so many features. It have built-in lux, so you could actually change the scenery on the device. So once you put it in post, it looks really good. So right now, I'm using this as a professional setting. I'm shooting at 4K, 24 frames per second. Right now, my shutter speed is 1/60. I'm sorry, 1/50. So my shutter speed is 1/50, and my ISO is 320 because I have a lot of lights. So I got my ISO a little low. Now in post, I might have to, do a little color grading. I don't think so, but looking at my monitor, everything looks good. And talking about my monitor, I'm gonna take my other camera that I got pointed there, and I wanna show you guys my monitor. So as I move my camera over here, boom. So this is the monitor that I have the Sony One Mark II plugged into, which is dope. This is a 32-inch monitor, and now I get to see all my settings at the bottom. I get to see my battery life, which I have it plugged up to my monitor, and my monitor right now is giving it power, so I should be fine. I got 200 gigs of memory left as I'm recording. This is clip 5 because I've been running a lot of clips. And I'm using a 24mm lens right now, which it has a 16mm lens, 24mm lens, and a 70mm lens. Now, as I'm shooting, I can't change lenses while I'm shooting because I'm shooting this video right now. But there it is, right? So that's my monitor connected to the Sony One Mark II. And let's go ahead and move it back. There it is. This is crazy. Like, I have my preamp connected to the Sony One Mark II, and I got the Sony One Mark II connected to a monitor. So at this point, I can use the rear camera, and I can use Cinema Pro to record high-end videos. I would always say that the regular stock camera app is not that great. But if you want to take your photography and video to the next level, you have to use the Cinema Pro app, and you need to use the Photos Pro app. That's the 2 camera apps you want to use on this device. Other than that, if you go use a regular camera app, you will not be impressed because you don't get 4K 60. You only go get 4K 30, you don't get 4K 24 frames, and you don't get slow-mo. You don't get no features in the regular camera app. You have to go into the Pro app. Sony have taken the crown because not only that, they got built-in lux. And that is amazing. I built-in lux in the Cinema Pro app. You got, all kinds of different frame rates and everything in between. I think this is gonna be great. And plus it got 256 gigs of storage with SD card support. I think it's gonna be great. Wow, y'all guys let me know down in the comments how you like the footage. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Sony One Mark II professional cameras. This is for the pro consumer, not for the average consumer. I've been debating about this for a long time, but I think this phone have caught my attention when it comes down to the cameras. Woo, man, you can't compare it. Like for me, I have this that you can't compare this phone with nobody else right now, because with the Cinema Pro app, it's in the league of its own right now. So I applaud Sony for doing it. Leave your questions down below. See you guys on the next video. Peace.